It is a beautiful fall afternoon in November, and it's time to get out here on my deck and clean out some of these GreenStalk vertical planters. I have a lot of plants that I just let dry out from the summer, such as this one. I'm going to clean it up today and show you guys how I like to do this every year. Now we'll get a lot of snow here later in the winter, so I'm preparing for that. I covered up a couple of my green stalks and I disconnected my water hose. Here in this leaf planter I have lettuce growing along with Swiss chard, and then over here in this one, this leaf planter, I have scallions growing, and then I have lettuce also. I'm using a frost cover on here only because I have some small scallions that I'm just not sure will make it through the winter. I usually grow a lot of spinach this time of year, but I wanted to let my soil rest a little bit, and so here I go. I'm going to go ahead and get to cleaning this one out. This one I had a lot of different summer vegetables growing. Now at the beginning of the spring, you see here, this is normally how I clean and refresh my soil. I'll get my big wading pool out and I'll do all 5 tiers or a lot of the green stalks all at once, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So this year I'm taking it easy. I'm just setting up a small area where I can do a tier here or there on a pretty day, or maybe do all 4 tiers like I'm going to do today. So I have here my spinner mover base. I have an extra one I'm going to use, and then in this container is where I'll put all of my old plants. And I have a small wading pool that I get at Dollar General seasonally at the beginning of the spring. Of course I need my gloves, and then these are the bags where I store my plant supports. And this little tote I use, I guess I've had it 2 years, but I use it for so many things, and I'll show you a little bit more about that here later in the video. And then I like to put a few amendments in my soil when I refresh it, and I'll add a little bit more coarse vermiculite along with a lot of compost, because I've been growing for 3 seasons in this soil and it is exhausted, so we'll give it a little bit more nutrition there. So I'll start by removing the plant supports. I like to clean out my tiers when they're nice and dry, because it's a much lighter weight, easier to handle. The top tier is a little bit more moist just from the little bit of rainfall we've had. We have a lot of wildfires lately because it's been just so dry, but my top tier will have a little bit more moisture in it than the lower tiers, only from the rainfall. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these out good, and I like to store these plant supports in the little bag that came with them for the winter. I do use one plant support with the frost covers that I just showed you. Those require one plant support, so obviously those won't get put up for the winter, but they'll be protected with the frost cover. And I wanted to let you guys know too, there's a big sale, a Black Friday sale going on over there at GreenStalk. You can get an extra $10 off if you use my link and code down below the video, and that's on top of the Black Friday sale that's going on, and it's a great sale. I'm really impressed with the prices of this sale. And the green stalks and the accessories that you see provided here in this video were given to me by GreenStalk so that I can grow some things and share them with you. I will receive a commission if you order through my link, and I appreciate your support. Okay, so out comes a pepper plant, which has quite the extensive root system. These will go in my compost pile. So when I'm changing out my soil, I just like to make sure it's nice and aerated. There's not a lot of compacted soil in here around a root ball. And then I'm going to, of course, give it a little bit more nutrition with the compost and the vermiculite. And I did a video on why I like vermiculite versus perlite as a soil amendment for potting soil. And if you missed that video, I'll make sure to leave you a link so you can check it out. I just really like using the vermiculite. This is coarse vermiculite versus the fine vermiculite. And so anyway, we'll go ahead and give this a good mix, and then I want to fill up my tiers, and I'll show you a little bit about this tote that I was telling you about. I got this one at Tractor Supply, I believe, and they're also available on Chewy.com. I use the 16 gallon, which I think on the bottom it says 60 liters. So you can use this for so many things. If you have a small space garden, I like to tote soil around that I have mixed up. I might gather compost in it. I might clean my seed starting cups at the end of the spring. And sometimes I'll clean out my tiers in them. So they fit perfectly, and I've just really enjoyed using them. Now, I don't get a kickback for promoting them, but I just thought it's nice. It's a nice handy little thing to have around. They're easy to carry. You can just kind of pull the handles together. It's not real cumbersome. So like I said, I've just really enjoyed using these. They're great for somebody with a small garden or maybe a homestead. Okay, and so in goes the rest of my soil here. And what I want to do is I just want to level this soil out. You notice I'm not pushing down on it with my hands. Do not compact your soil. Now when spring rolls around, this soil will have settled, and then at that time I may go back and top off my soil, which I'll show you here in just a minute. Basically, just try not to, compact your soil down. It makes it a lot harder to stack if you do, and your plants like a little bit of aeration down around their roots anyway. See how easy this just pulls together. If I need to carry something around, it's just really, really nice. I've enjoyed using those. So I did all 4 of my tiers. And this is the original GreenStalk. And what I'll do, like I said, in the spring, and when I'm planting, I may need to go back in here and top off those pockets if I'm planting seeds. Indoors right now, I'm growing basil and some thyme. And I have moved my plants out of my garage today because it's so pretty. So I have my citrus trees out here, along with my bay leaf tree and lemongrass. And now I'm just waiting on my Meyer lemons to ripen up. I'm just so looking forward to those. I look forward to them every year. So thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you have a great Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions, leave them down below the video. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful day.